Team Manticore presents...
Oh dear. So, explain your nonsense.
So in Entropy Head, graphic novel I'm working on, he sees things occasionally, and sometimes he has trouble discerning what's real and what's not. So he had already talked to a taxidermist, and then he's outside later in another day, and he sees a pile of deer corpses. Carcasses? What's the proper term for that?
But in carcass or corpse works, a dead body.
Bunch of dead deer. And the reason for the dead deer specifically is it was one of my first hallucinations when I was a child. And so I've carried it over into this piece of art. This is art, right? And, yeah. Then after I decided upon that, I wanted to make it move. I thought that'd be kind of cool for like a trailer for the comic.
Yeah.
And in the final pages, different panels, they do look different. So I actually did wind up using each of the 3 frames. I only did 3 frames. I could have done more in-betweens to make it smoother, but I don't feel like it. And this was just sort of a test to see what I could do. Here's me copy-pasting the heads. Because originally this was just going to be the sketch, and then I was going to do everything on top of it.
Yeah.
But I liked all the forms I made.
It's really good line work.
Thank you. Well,
the line weights are really good.
And I agreed, which is why I wound up just copy-pasting the heads on a separate layer, so they could be separate, and then I'd have to figure out everything else in post. This is me desperately trying to figure out how to make the blood, because I wanted it to be kind of gory, but still able to see things.
Did I ever tell you my dead deer story?
No? You have a dead deer story?
Yeah. Well, so my dad's apartment in high school was up on a hill, and Department of Public Works was down the hill. Like, the road wrapped around, but you could just walk down the hill to where Public Works stored, like, their gravel and everything.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
So, I just cut through because it was faster to cut through Public Works' parking lot than to walk around on the road. And one season, there was just a dead deer that was, like, in the middle of everything. But, like, I assumed that someone was just like, hey, a deer died, come get it from the road. Right. And Public Works is just like, whatever. It's not something they did. But I had a photography class that I had a project due on. So I took a lot of photos of the dead deer for my photography class.
Free deer.
Yeah, free dead deer. Much more interesting than just the random woods that are around my dad's apartment. So
right.
So that's my dead deer story. I took photos of dead deer for a photography class.
You turned it into art.
I turned it into art.
See, dead deer make great art. And
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer.
Now, I could have made this so much more detailed and scarier looking, given what I'm having them do. But in the comic, it's very, very small. And so I didn't want to put that much detail in. Now it's this. They're so goofy. Oh no, they're so goofy.
Yeah.
Also, I learned that I can't draw deer. Like, it's really hard. I can draw horses, apparently.
You draw happy little dog faces.
Yeah.
Those are just happy chihuahuas.
I can draw dogs.
Nothing died here, kids. They're happy chihuahuas.
I can draw dogs and I can draw horses. And that's about it. And somewhere between the two is apparently deer, kind of.
On the hike today, I did not see a deer for the first time in a long time.
The dog's been getting closer to them.
Yeah. Well, there were a lot of people on the trail, and it wasn't like, so I assumed that the deer were away.
I did lose track of where some bodies were, so I feel like a lot of these just kind of look like Hootie from Owl House. Like, just all neck coming out, and that's not...
I'd make the sound that deer make instead of hoot hoot, but I don't know that that's a thing.
I don't know what sounds deer make. Help I'm covered in ticks? I don't like deer. I've never liked deer.
The sound effect for heart was like, ah.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's like a deer sound effect.
This is me lining them up so that it's actually correct when I do this little animation.
Whoa.
So I'm just kind of flopping back and forth.
We're having a nice little picnic.
Flopping. And then looking. And I was trying to figure out the speed I want this to work at.
Yeah.
The final, if I do a trailer, is probably going to have some kind of glitchy situation between each. Yeah. Rather than actually doing the in-betweens.
That looks real cool.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So, this is just the mass of all of them together. All 3 of the layers.
So if you want a comic about getting better with your mental health after a total nervous breakdown, then watch out for Entropy Head, coming soon.
Yeah, this is what it'll look like in that one particular panel. And this is why I didn't put too much detail in. But yeah, my commissions are open, and rock on.
Rock on.